one thing that I see a lot of men in forums and different places talking about, that they're very discouraged about, and they feel like their life is over. They feel like they won't find anyone to marry or a girlfriend or a mate. A lot of men deal with. Hey, what's up, and welcome to another episode of Life with Zoe. Today I want to talk about fitness. And I know summer is right around the corner, but I want to talk about why fitness and working out is more important than just having a summer body. Because I feel like around this time of year, summer is around the corner, and some people, they're like, man, I missed my goal. I didn't get the muscles I wanted or the six pack, or I didn't lose the weight that I wanted to lose. So I might as well give up and wait until next year. But that's not the way to do that, because there's more important reasons to work out other than getting a summer body. Having a summer body is cool, but I want to keep people from being discouraged from continuing to work out just because summer is here. And because one of the main reasons, I just want to be completely open on this channel and talk about the real stuff. Like, there's a lot of social media comparison. And so a lot of the times you come online and you see everybody who's worked out hard in the gym, and maybe somebody at your job, you guys follow each other on social media. You guys started around the same time and they got closer to their goal of their summer body, and you're feeling discouraged or insecure about it. It's not all about that. I use the saying all the time that it seems like we're in a place now that we can never escape high school. You know, back in the day, you graduated high school, you went to college in another state, you got a career, and you moved on with your life. And a lot of people are not willing to admit this, but we're like stuck in a never ending loop of high school now. The social media comparison, everything is about how popular you are, how much clout you have, how many followers you have. People choose their friends because of these reasons. And it's like we're stuck in a loop of campaigning for prom king and prom queen. Everybody wants to be that top person. And so we have all this social media comparison that keeps us in a state of depression. I feel like I'm going into mental health talk, but it all goes together. But anyway, I don't want people stuck in that social media comparison, because it's about more than just aesthetics. And, you know, when you start your fitness journey, some of us are gym bros. Yeah, well, I've been my whole life. Lately, it's been, kind of rough working out with all the work I've been doing, but I'm getting back into there. So you guys can go on the journey with me. I'm not some massive, 6'8", 300 pounds of muscle dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm a regular guy, but I do like the gym for the benefits that it gives me other than aesthetics. But when you start your workout, I don't want you to set your goal at Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. That's years of work that he's put in. Yes, you want to have a better looking body, but it's about more than that. And I want to talk about some of those reasons. And one thing I do want to say is, when you start off working out only to get a better body or a summer body, the reason a lot of people get discouraged is because they're not seeing the results fast enough. And I know what that's like. And it's not a good feeling. Everybody's looks different, but when you're not seeing those results, it discourages you. So I want to put other things in your mind as reasons to work out other than just aesthetics. So yeah, let's get into it. There's this quote that I really like, and it says that a lot of people in their youth, they spend all of their health trying to gain wealth. And then when they get older, they spend all of their wealth to regain their health. And that's what I want to prevent you from doing today. So the first reason you should work out and care about fitness beyond summer body is to prevent yourself from being diagnosed with certain diseases. One is diabetes type 2 diabetes. So with working out helps your body to be more sensitive to insulin. And so what insulin does, in simple terms, is insulin is like a key to your cells. And then when you eat food, or it could be sugar, but when you eat food, your body takes in those sugars or glucose or sugars. And the insulin is like a key. It goes to your cells and it opens the door, and it allows the sugar to leave your bloodstream and go into those cells for your cells to use as energy, just like energy, right? So like I said, working out helps your body to be more insulin sensitive. When your body becomes insulin resistant, that's when the sugar just remains in your bloodstream. And that's when people have what you call high blood sugar, which leads to the diabetes type 2 and all of that kind of stuff. And so now that we've explained that, another thing that working out does, besides just make your body more insulin sensitive, is that the muscles are working out. And if you know anything, it takes energy to work out. So your muscles are like, hey, bro, like you got some sugar in here. So your muscles will absorb that glucose or sugar. Even if the insulin is not pushing it into the cells, your muscles will say, hey, we'll take that extra sugar that you got there. And that takes all of that sugar out of your bloodstream, because you don't want it to stay in your bloodstream. You either want it to go into your muscles to use as energy, or you want it to go into your cells to use as energy. You don't want to just be stacking sugar or glucose inside of your bloodstream. It's not the place for it to really be. And that's why people get diabetes. And I know in my community, at least, there's this joke since the beginning of time. It's in movies, it's in stand-up comedy, and they'll say, that boy got the sugars. And it makes diabetes sound like a joke, but it is not a joke. I know we talk about a lot of diseases like cancer as, it's dangerous. And it is. My mother was diagnosed with cancer. God bless that. She's healed now, and she's, been doing well on her recovery. But diabetes is right up there. Diabetes can shut your entire system and organs down. I don't want to scare anybody. I pray for all those that have been diagnosed with diabetes or who are dealing with it. I pray for your strength and your healing. So I don't want to put anxiety or anything in anyone, but I do want to help. I want to help prevent other people from encountering diabetes, because it is not a joke. Like I said, it's in a lot of comedies and stand up, and the way it's talked about, you think it's something light, but it really is not. And a lot of diabetes type 2 comes from obesity and lack of activity. I've had quite a few friends that were pre-diabetic, and they didn't even realize, and they're not super overweight or anything like that. And I think that's another misconception. People think you have to be super overweight or whatever to get diabetes. But if you're not working out a lot, you're very sedentary, you're sitting at a desk all the time working, but you're still eating the same foods, especially if you're eating a lot of glucose and sugar heavy foods, and you're not moving around, your body's not using that as energy, you could easily be diagnosed with diabetes type 2. And I think the statistics are, it's 1 in 3 people under the age of 65 are pre-diabetic, and 1 in 2 people over the age of 65 are diabetic. And over 80% of these people don't even know that they're pre-diabetic. So I don't know if I can just throw out a couple signals. Sometimes you can be going about your day and you might feel little pinches in your arm or your legs or whatever. That could be an indication that you may be becoming pre-diabetic, and maybe it's something that you need to get checked out, your sugar levels. But yeah, it could happen to anybody. And a lot of people are very unaware that they're pre-diabetic, headed on to type 2 diabetes. That's, it's almost 100 million people just in this country. So it's very important. And I'll go into another episode, all the reasons you don't want to become diabetic. And I know when I say those numbers, I say 1 in 3 people under 65, that's like 30% of people. And you're like, well, it can't be that dangerous if that many people have it. But just because something is common doesn't mean it's okay. And I think a lot of times in this country, we get so used to, chronic illness and disease that we just take it so lightly. And some of you probably did, like, oh, he said 1 in 3 people, that's 30%. 30% of people are not about to die tomorrow. So it can't be that serious, but it definitely is. Like, you don't want to be one of those people that are taking that chance of becoming pre-diabetic or getting diabetes type 2 diabetes, whichever way you want to say it. But yeah, because there's a lot of things that are common. Even I'm finna make somebody mad, or probably a lot of people mad. I might lose my whole channel after this, but stuff like Takis, like the Takis, the little Takis chips that y'all like to eat, like these things can cause ulcers. There's even been a child, I believe, I gotta be careful how I say this because they'll try to come for me. Let me see how I say this. You have a chance of getting ulcers. I believe there's even a child that got throat cancer from eating those Takis. A lot of people do it. It's very common, but that doesn't mean you should do it. That doesn't mean it's okay to do. And I know a lot of people are of the mindset, they're like, I have one life to live. I want to enjoy it. I mean, I hear you, but I like living, and I like living a healthy life and not being sick all the time and not taking the chance of contracting diseases. And I mean, there's so many ways you can do it, but I want to give myself the best chance that I do, and realize you shouldn't take these things lightly. But another thing that fitness, exercising, or working out helps prevent, and that's cardiovascular diseases. I believe that you can decrease your chance of getting cardiovascular diseases by, I think it's 70%, by taking 10,000 steps a day. You know how, a lot of those women at your jobs, they have those, Fitbits and those watches that count their steps. So yeah, they're helping preventing themselves from getting cardiovascular disease. And even if you say, I can't do 10,000 steps, if you cut it down to 5,000 steps a day, walking around your job, you can cut your chances of getting cardiovascular disease by 50%. And this is not super working out. We're not talking about super gym bro stuff. And, like I said, doing a tough man, Ironman competition or running a marathon. This is just simple walking. But some people on their jobs, they sit so much and they don't move at all. And so they're not getting any kind of workout or, any kind of movement in their body. And this is pretty much, this would be the equivalent to walking at a just regular pace for about 45 minutes a day. That's why you see those ladies, like maybe before work or on lunch break, you see them walking around the office and you think it's funny. Well, they're keeping themselves from getting cardiovascular problems. One thing I like to do I'm going to talk about two things at once here. One thing I like to do when I talk about starting your workout, because like I said, a lot of you may not work out at all. Even for me, who likes to work out, and even for some of the gym bros, let's be honest, like, even if you're a gym bro, people see you posting every day that you're in the gym. They don't realize that not every day you are feeling motivated to work out. And so one thing that I do to combat cardiovascular disease and to help start my workouts when I'm not feeling motivated is I jump rope. Now, I know what a lot of people are going to say, especially if you're a gym bro or whatever, that the first thing you should do is stretch. I'm be honest, sometimes I stretch, but it's not the first thing. When I jump rope, by the time I get to that 5th or 10th jump, I've woken my brain up. It increases my energy, and now I feel like I'm accomplishing something. It's easier than just coming in, hitting my push-ups first or pull-ups or the weight bench, or even if it's just curls with dumbbells. That jump rope for me, that's my starter workout. And I wanted to talk about this later in the episode, but that is my starter workout. And if there's anything I can help you do with this podcast and the other stuff that we do on the channel, is help you find what is your starting workout that's going to just get you in there. It might just be running around in circles being silly. And, you can do this in your home or whatever, but I want you to find that starter workout that's going to get you started, that is going to get your motivation up, that will immediately increase your dopamine, serotonin to push you into that workout, to give you the positive energy that you need. But I also brought this up earlier than I wanted to, because maybe you don't have that 45 minutes to walk, right? Because that's a moderate pace, that you're walking. That jump rope, you can probably do that 45 minutes of steps, energy, and movement, maybe in 5 to 10 minutes. If you got a fast jump rope, I usually jump rope, then I take a break, then I do another set of jump rope, and it makes you feel so good. And even if that's the only thing that you do starting out, maybe you don't want to get a gym membership, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put I'll put an affiliate link to I have to announce that, to a very cheap jump rope that I use that I love this rope. I've bought it for many people, and it's under $10. It's under $10, and I don't think I make much from it, but it's under $10. And it's got nice bearings on it. It's a good rope. It's a good rope. So even if you just want to start your workout, start with that to help yourself combat cardiovascular disease and not be in that number. That was supposed to be later on in the podcast, but we got that out the way. But yeah, just walking every day, jump rope. Because what you have to realize is your heart is a muscle. Your heart is a muscle. And if you know anything about just regular lifting weights, biceps, triceps, if you don't work out, your muscles become weak. Your heart runs your body. Between the heart and the brain, they run your body. Your heart pumps blood to everywhere in your body. And it has a huge job to do. It's a muscle. You must work it out in order to keep it strong. Like, it's very simple. That's not me being deep. The heart is a muscle. You must work it out to keep it strong, or else it's not going to be able to do its job. Like, you can't expect yourself. You see some guy in the gym benching 225. You haven't worked out in 10 years. How do you expect you to be able to lift the same amount as him if he's been working out for 10 years and you have not been working out? You must work out your heart. This is not a choice. Like, this is something that you need to do and you must do. So try to consider that. Let me see. I'm sorry, I forgot something. So even with the steps, right? Like I said, the 10,000 steps, 5K steps, if you don't want to do those, you can do the jump rope. Let me tell you why the jump rope is what I do too, instead of the steps. I love my Stairmaster. I love running 1 and 3 miles and all that kind of stuff. But with the jump rope, one thing it also helps is it helps build your calf muscles. And what people don't understand is they call the calf muscles the second heart, because you have your heart up here, your calves are down there. Your calves help push and circulate the blood back to the heart because your calves are all the way down there. So it moves the blood from your lower extremities back up to your heart, and so it can circulate throughout your body. So when you have healthier calf muscles, it also helps your heart. So your heart does not have to work as hard, because right now, if you're sedentary, you're just sitting at a desk job every day, that heart is having to do the whole job of pumping it throughout the whole body, pulling it back up. So it's very important to work out those calves. It can make your heart's job easier. It will make your life longer, and help you prevent cardiovascular disease. Maybe I got to stay in my notes so I keep up, so I don't skip anything, but I think we got that. But, especially for men, it's been said that the stronger a man's legs are, the longer his life can be. So I know some of y'all guys, y'all like, I know this, man. That's all I do is leg day. A lot of guys, they make sure they get leg day in. There's the other ones that, I think Kevin Hart has a joke about that. They just work out the top half. But yeah, the stronger legs help you have a stronger life. Now let's talk about something that maybe I should have talked about earlier that the guys really will care about. Maybe a little touchy for some. But this is guy talk, and I've already been seeing people like, hey, you got to talk to the ladies too. And, my lady will be on the channel soon too. But, one thing that I see a lot of men in forums and different places talking about, that they're very discouraged about, and they feel like their life is over. They feel like they won't find anyone to marry, or a girlfriend, or a mate. A lot of men deal with ED, or erectile dysfunction. Working out helps this. Some people feel like it's all over and there's no way to recover, or they fear having this problem. If you're working out, it can help in this area. And like I said, especially when you're talking about the leg workouts and getting the cardiovascular, because a lot of guys they'll go in the gym, they'll bench press and all this kind of stuff, but they don't do any cardio. And like I said, a lot of them skip leg workouts, excuse me. But yeah, it can, excuse me, working out. This is something that working out can help you with, along with cardiovascular disease, diabetes, dementia, strokes, all of these things. Like, this is not just some fake or faux motivation or encouragement. Like, you really can help solve these problems and prevent these things just by working out. And like I said, you don't have to work out like The Rock. Also working out, for one, it increases your blood flow. And this also helps for lack of better words, your bones expand and become stronger. It gives you stronger bones. I don't think a lot of people realize the statistics on, and I wish I had them with me. I'm sorry, but the statistics on people who die in older age because their bones were brittle, and the root cause of them dying came from a simple fall. Because when you're older and when you're older and your bones are brittle, that can cause all kinds of things, splints, punctures in different organs and stuff like that. So working out keeps those bones strong and prevents you from breaking limbs when you get older, because that could lead to death. I know nobody wants to hear that, but it's a true thing. And another thing that I don't think is talked about a lot is hips. Like a hip replacement is not something you want. I know this sounds scary, but I believe, oh God, I don't know if I have it in my notes. I'm going to say this roughly. I believe that is, I think it's 1 in 3 people. I'm sorry, y'all. I think it's 1 in 3 people over the age of 50 who have a hip injury or hip replacement pass away within a year after. Like, those are some pretty scary stats. Maybe you can Google it yourself, and I know Google's not always the best source, but I believe, I don't think I have it in my notes, but yeah, I think it's within a year fracturing their hips is 1 in 3 people over the age of 50 pass away. And hips is not something you want to play with. And I'm bringing this up because we talk about working out as far as being, biceps, triceps. I'm swole. I got summer body. I got abs and stuff like that. And a lot of guys shy away from stuff that they think is girly. And one of the things that I began to enjoy and really realize where my strength and flexibility is when I started going to yoga with my lady. Yoga, a lot of guys think that's the girly stuff, man. No, most of the times you see guys come in yoga class and they can't even do the basic poses, and they're so shocked. I mean, basic poses, because they don't realize their body is not as stable as they think. And most of that is in the hips. It's in the hips and flexibility and the muscle endurance as well. Now, I know from my previous audience and probably my continuous audience, I got a lot of church people here. And so I grew up apostolic Pentecostal, and not all of them, but man, when I was younger, some of them used to tell us that yoga was the devil, and it was like you were worshiping another God. That is not true. People got to get educated. It's probably another thing I'm gonna talk about on the channel, but there's a lot of stuff said in the church that's not true. And that's one of those. It does not, I don't want to get into that in this episode, but listen, yoga is good for you. It gives you strength, muscle endurance, flexibility. And one of those things that it helps with is the strength and flexibility in your hips. So even if you don't go to yoga, incorporate hip workouts into your workout. I know the ladies gonna get mad at this because now you're gonna have guys on the hip machines, because y'all love that hip machine. Y'all just be over there for the whole gym period sometimes. But hips are a very important thing to pay attention to. And here's another thing. Working out is important. Now, granted, there's always going to be somebody stronger than you. Somebody's going to, be an MMA fighter and you don't know it, or, be in jiu-jitsu, but it helps you protect your family. So even if that's not, you encountering somebody on the street and you beat the crap out of them or whatever. I keep bringing up Kevin Hart, but I like it. Well, let me just say this. He has the joke about, I think it was his dad and his brother getting beat up, and he was like, I don't think my family's as good at this particular activity. But it helps you protect your family. But even if it's not fist to fist, hand to hand combat, when you have a child or a son and that child is about to fall off the couch, or somehow they got on the counter and they're about to fall off the counter, you working out and being in shape can help your reaction time to get to that child before they hit that floor and bump their head or something. Like, think about those things. It's not about summer body all the time. And if you're, as I say on this channel is for those guys that want to be the good guy in a healthy relationship, healthy dating, healthy marriage. These are the things that should be on your mind. You want to be able to help your kids out or play basketball with them in the driveway as they get older. So it's more about aesthetics. And I mean, that's one thing that sticks out of my head all the time, like being able to have that reaction time and I can get across there. I don't want it to be that I took off running and I was about to save my son from falling and I pulled my hamstring and now I'm sitting, we both on the ground and now we calling Bay. I'm crawling to my cell phone to call her from upstairs because we both on the floor and he over there crying. And, I can't get to him because I'm in that bad of shape. So it's a reason to get in shape, no matter how far off you think you are. Well, no, Zoe, you don't understand, man. I'm this many pounds, or I haven't worked out in this long. No, there's still time. It's very important. Another reason that I work out, hopefully I'm getting through these pretty quick, is because I don't want to put my family in a position to have to take care of me in a situation I could have prevented. I don't want to contract a disease or illness that I could have prevented. And now my family's having to take me to the hospital all the time for something that I could have prevented. It's a lot of stress on the wife and your kids, for something you could have prevented. And like I said, working out helps a lot of diseases. One thing we talked about in the other episode with emotions and crying is that mental health. Working out boosts your serotonin and your dopamine. It puts you in a better mood. And I know that window when you get to the gym or when you're about to start working out and it's difficult and you don't feel like getting started, but that's why we talked about the jump rope or whatever that beginning workout is going to be for you. That's why you should do that. But it helps your mental health. One way it helps your mental health that's pretty clear is when you're working out, you have to focus on working out. So you only have so much brain power. You can't really focus on those problems that you were thinking about before because you're focused on lifting the weight. You're focused on counting your reps. And so it gives you that break to not think about those problems for at least just a minute. Plus it boosts your mood. So it helps with mental health. It reduces anxiety and stress and depression and all that kind of stuff. And actually, I talk about this, to a lot of friends, like even with my jump rope. So I'm not going to lie to y'all. Sometimes I do miss my workouts, but I hit that jump rope in the morning and it increases my brain function. You'll find out that you'll work better. You'll make better decisions throughout the day when you work out in the morning. So it increases your brain function, helps with mental health and all of those things. We talked about all the diseases that it helps prevent. Heart and lung disease, diabetes, dementia, certain types of cancer. And it also it boosts your immune system. So you don't catch a lot of the stuff that's going around, when you have a stronger immune system. So I went through quite a few reasons that I feel like you should work out. I hope one of those resonated with you, whether it be the mental health or it be preventing cardiovascular disease or being able to jump and run and save your kids at the drop of a dime when something happens. But the most important thing I want you to focus on is if you haven't worked out in a while, if you feel like you're too far gone, and, a lot of the guys tell me it's easy for you, Zoe, because you're that size or whatever. Start where you can. Start small. Start with something you can be consistent with. Don't try to do the workout. If you know you haven't worked out in a minute, don't grab P90X and Insanity. Start with the jump rope. If you don't want to jump rope, start with jumping jacks. Make it something simple that you know you're going to stick to every day. Listen, don't let anybody tell you it's not going to do anything, even if it's 5 to 10 minutes a day. If that's where you can start, please get that workout in and help increase your lifespan, your mental health, and your overall well-being. So hopefully today I said something that could give you more reasons to work out beyond aesthetic reasons and how your body looks. And I'll see you next time.